Happy Tuesday, Motivation Movers. It's your girl, the one and only Coco Renee from the Midday Boss Show on Rise Radio, the global station. God is good. We survived another week, y'all. God is good, okay? It is Tuesday. We've survived another week. We've made it to another motivation movement. Thank you to everyone who is tuning in, who was able to make it to see this motivation movement today. Very thankful for you guys. Just the support alone, knowing that it's not falling on deaf ears, that's a job well done for me. If I don't get a like, if I don't get a message to say, hey, great message, but it's actually someone is getting the message, I've done my job. I'm not here for that. You know, God has planted me in a position where I work radio now. So if I really want to put myself all out there, I could use the radio station. But I try to do things on a more approachable, personable level versus making it, you know, beyond reach. I want, you know, people to feel like they can be able to relate. And the last thing you want to listen to is someone that has never been through what you've been through. A person can't tell you anything about a situation if they haven't walked in those shoes. So, you know, I just want to share experiences of the shoes I walked in. And if these are some shoes that you're walking in right now, then, you know, we can be able to swap some shoe stories, okay? Because your girl got some shoe stories to tell you, okay? So I'm just going to get into what today's motivation movement is about, speaking about all that. It's really about having the proper support and alignment in your relationship. What I notice a lot of, and I was guilty of it for a very long time, so I'm speaking on facts and I'm speaking on things that I could actually relate to. We lack support in a lot of relationships. This isn't everywhere because it's some wonderful, amazing couples out there that have been an inspiration to a lot of us that got our stuff together. And that is the reason why we are here, and we are trying to get it together because we've seen somebody that motivated us, inspired us, like a Barack and a Michelle. And when you have somebody like a Barack and a Michelle that shows you, okay, we can still be who we are, we can still be individuals, we can support one another, but we are, when we come together, we are like a force to be reckoned with, okay? Kind of like that song with Fabulous, you know, when we're a force together, okay? That part. So at some point, my husband, you know, when we first got together, I knew that he liked to DJ, okay? Let's just get into that, okay? Because this is what I'm going to just share with y'all. I knew that he was into DJing. I mean, I knew he was into DJing when you taking me to somebody's backyard boogie and you breaking out your turntables. That is a PlayStation and a receiver out your living room and a CD player, because this is way back when, okay? This was the late 90s, y'all. It was still the 90s back then. So it was the first generation PlayStation, by the way. And he rocked the whole party out with these contraptions that he put together to play some music. It was just amazing to see somebody so passionate. And so therefore I knew, okay, let's, yeah. But then as time went on and I started seeing, like, you know, he would go to different people's parties and things and jump on the table, and we'll go to certain family members' houses that had turntables and he'll jump on the tables, and he would take advantage of jumping on whatever he can. And I realized, oh, he's really gifted because he doesn't have any of this equipment at home, but yeah, he jumps on these tables and he knows exactly what to do. It's like he naturally had a gift with the music and being able to sync the music together. Now, I'm a music person. I love music. I believe that I have a gift too. Everybody believe they got a gift, right? I believe I got a gift too, but I didn't have a gift like that. And I was just like, wow, I was amazed with that. So when he was explaining to me, you know, he was going to Cal State LA when we first met, and he had took a break from school. Then of course, you know, we met 2 years later, we have a baby. That basically pushed things back a little bit. And his biggest thing is, I don't want to like not go back to school. I have to go to school. I got to finish what I, you know, started. I got to get this degree. I need my master's. I got it. And in the back of my mind, I was more on the business side, like, okay, well, you know, is that really going to get us anywhere? You know, what about me trying to doctor it up? Hey, what about, you know, going into this field, you know, where it's guaranteed money, and going into this field and that field? And I was trying to force something on him that wasn't for him, okay? I didn't, instead of me just supporting and jumping on board, I was trying to push things at him that I felt that might be beneficial to him, because I thought, you know, hey, this is guaranteed money. We need to have careers and jobs and, you know, things more of a structure, and you're over here trying to do things like, you know, however you want. And that wasn't the reality that I felt we were living in at that time. But God showed me something different. God showed me that I was living in fear of my own gifts. And because I didn't want to go out and pursue my gifts, I was stopping my husband from pursuing his. God had to check me on it. Luckily, I was willing to listen, because not everybody will listen when God is checking them. They will miss the message. They will sit up there and bypass the message. They'll sit there and say, I don't understand how this happened to me, when God delivered the message to them right at their front doorstep, but yet they will still bypass it. I'm just thankful that I didn't bypass what God was trying to show me. He showed it to me by using certain people in my environment that I respected their opinion. I valued them. And so when they would say things, it stuck. And I would see certain people that I felt like were a great example. And when I see their actions, it stuck. And after a while, I start realizing, wow, all these people that God has aligned me with, they all support one another in their dreams. Not one person that, I knew people that weren't supportive of one another, you know what I mean? But the specific people that God was putting in our lives at that time, okay? At that time, it was very, very clear that all of them they had very tight bonds in their marriage or their relationships, and they were there to support one another with whatever it was. They had no shame in sharing whatever their spouse or their significant other was doing. These men was out there showing support for their babies. And I just felt like I got to get with the program, because my husband was telling me, you're not being supportive. And he felt like I was being a hater, okay? And to me, I was like, how am I hating on you? Like, I'm not hating on you. I don't want you to not be successful. But I didn't get that this is something he was passionate about. It's something that he had a gift and that he really loved doing. This is what he really, really wanted to do. What can I do to help support him? Okay. Well, I'm really good at creating different things and putting things together and organizing stuff and structuring things and turning it something, nothing into something. So that's what I decided to do. Let me put my skills of what God has blessed me with, all of these project management skills and coordinating skills and management and all the stuff, and let me put it into, trying to help him build his empire. And so I did that. I said, okay, we'll start with the pages. Let's do social media. We'll keep it simple. It's something I can manage. And then from there, just started building. And next thing you know, God started bringing people into my husband's life that opened up doors for me to get back into my gift. That's how God works. He said, if you be patient long enough and you give support where I need you to give support, and you have faith in me and you believe in what I'm putting in front of you, there's going to be, just be obedient, and there's going to be something at the end that is going to make it all worth it. You might not get the whole structure now. You might not understand why this person's dream is coming before your dream. And that was another thing I just had to battle through. Why is it that he's getting his opportunity? What about me? You go into selfish mode and you're like, okay, well, I don't want this person to get all big and up there and then they forget about me and leave me to the curb and off living their new life, and blah, blah, blah. And I had a lot of insecurities at a young age about things that made me fear, if he got this type of success, what will it do to us? So God prolonged it a little bit. He made sure that we were both very ripe and very mature before he allowed us to enter into this world. God heard my prayers loud and clear. Not only did he hear them, and not only did he prolong the time and gave us time to grow and to ripen and mature, but he also planted people in my husband's life that he was working with, that I ended up working with, that I ended up creating some amazing projects with. And that's when this is all in God's alignment. This is all, like, even down to the relationship. He puts people in front of us. Sometimes we choose who we want to choose, but God will allow things to take place that he knows has to happen in order for the next door to open. It's like a domino effect. If that domino doesn't knock that domino down, then it's not going to knock that one down, then needs to knock this one down. It's just kind of one of those things. If my husband didn't get his foot back in the door for him to meet these people, I wouldn't have met these people for me to get my foot in the door for other opportunities. So at the end of the day, you do what you're supposed to do, you stay obedient, you stay faithful, and it always comes back around. God will always find, I'm not going to even say God will always find a way, because God will make a way. It's God, so he don't have to find nothing. But there will always be a way. God will always open up a door if it is ordained and it is, in his time. And I had to give it some time. I had to go through some things for me to understand the walk and the journey that he was taking me on. And once I got it, he started opening up the doors. Okay? So all that to say, try to support your significant other. I'm not saying lose yourself. Once again, don't lose yourself in it, but just find a proper balance so that you're able to support them, also pursue your dream and your career, and that way you guys can be the dream team together. Okay? Because it's an amazing, beautiful thing when both of you guys are on the same level and you guys are breaking that bread and making moves together. It feels so good, because when one is way below the other, it's almost kind of like you feel like you have an anchor sometimes. And that was one thing I never wanted to be to my husband, is the anchor. And I said, you know, I want to be a floaty. I'm not going to be his anchor. Therefore, I'm going to float with everything that happens and leave it in God's hands. And there we have it. All right, y'all. Your girl got to go. I love y'all. I thank y'all by the grace of God for tuning in today. And we got one more week to go, you guys. One more week, and then we off to a whole new topic. So after next Tuesday, that will be the final Power Couple Goals series segment. After that, we're moving on to a new topic. We'll talk about that topic will be as of next week. But until then, y'all know the rules. Y'all know how it go. Until next time, y'all. Toodles. Love y'all. Peace out.